Oh, good morning, friends. I'm him. I'm him, as they say. My name is host Eric. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People. Sure, it's a little early in the morning to be talking to anybody, let alone famous people. That's how I roll. At least it would be if I could get this off. There. What a difficult damn that was. Got my morning cup of joe going on over here. Put in some creamer. There we go. And now it's going to be time to get the tripod. And soon enough, it's going to be time to do what? Curtis Woodbridge, hello. I'm glad your bridge is made out of wood. Nobody wants a Charlie Concrete bridge, you know. Curtis Woodbridge, sure, but Charlie Concrete bridge, no way. All right, let me get the tripod and we'll go have a smoke. Then, looking up, I'll notice I was late, etc. Well, I need my glasses to read that, so let's just stop trying to read it without them. Patrick Scrusney. Jati Nerozumim. No, Curtis Woodbridge, I cannot. I'm him, okay? I'm him. Accordingly, you cannot be a mod. Because that would offend God. So, Eric, why are you making Curtis Woodbridge a mod? Woodbridge a mod. That's what God would say. I'd say, I don't know. He told me to. I'll be like, well, Eric, don't be such a dumbass. Just because he tells you to. That's what God would say. Mike, who cheese stain key? Brian Dodson, that's an excellent question. Who cheese stain key? Mike, who cheese stain key? Oh, I almost forgot my coffee. That wouldn't be okay. Forgetting my coffee would be the equivalent of Nazi Germany. Namely, bad. Don't worry, you're saying it's too dark, Eric. We can't see your pretty face. Don't worry. You'll see it soon enough. I get that sometimes, Dylan Martin. I think the actual only possible physical similarity is the beard's about equivalent, you know. Brew. Hi, Stephen Lee. How's it going? Brew. Yeah, I have his Facebook, but I never checked it. If you want to go look at my Facebook, you can see my life events, all the amazing things I've done in life. Like, you know, I launched the civil rights movement. I discovered the moon. I invented French. I tore down the Berlin Wall. All of these things are my responsibility. Brian K. Raston may be an ENP, I don't know, but I don't look very much like him. You're from the Philippines. Well, welcome, Filipinos and Filipinas, to Talking with Famous People. My voice is great for Optimus Prime. Cool. That's another thing that's kind of nice to hear that I hear fairly often is that people think I have a good radio voice or whatever. Just being old, I guess. Being an old smoker, your voice definitely gets lower as you get older. What's my favorite food? Well, probably like ribeye steak. Hello, Clark. It's not particularly chilly out here this morning. Also, Kratos from God of War. Not familiar with that character, but I am familiar with the Transformers franchise. Perhaps a little earlier than I wanted to be, but around 4 in the morning or so, trouble will come sleep right up next to my chest, but not sleep. He's kind of awake, and he's just. I'm just waking up. Yeah. The cat made me get up to feed him like 4 in the morning, and I just said, "Well, I guess I'm up now," you know. Glory to Lord Ram from India. Okay, well, sure, Lord Ram is happy to hear that. Yeah, I am just getting up. This is my first cigarette of the morning, my first cup of coffee. I did pee before starting the stream. No, I've never heard of Lord Ram, but I appreciate your devotion to him, whoever he may be. Aditya Kaushal. Aditya Kaushal. Oh, Kaushal. That's hard to say. I'll probably stream for a couple hours and go back to bed, get a nap in. There was a possibility even. Hi, Matarazzi Sound. That I might go to LA today, but I don't think that's going to happen. Lord Rama is Sri Ram, who's recognized as the seventh incarnation of Vishnu. Huh. Oh, I missed. Oh well. You can't have everything in life. Sometimes you miss the ashtray. That's just something we all have to deal with in life sometimes. So, yesterday, I'm imagining today's going to follow suit. I used zero climate control in the house, which is unusual. It's been very cold, so we've been having the heater on. But last couple of days, it's warmed up. What I've noticed is that the house stays cool pretty well if we don't turn on the fan or anything. All right, now I'm going to pull you guys up on the big screen here so I can take off these pesky glasses. Rich is always changing her PFP, aka her profile picture. So I actually first became familiar with this meme of "I'm him" by Austin Reeves of the Lakers. You dare me to slap her ass? Whose ass am I going to slap? Winston's mom's a moderator here. Yeah. She's been a moderator here for a long time. Prior to recent growth in the channel, I was live streaming all the time still, but the channel wasn't growing at all. We just had the same group of people here all the time. Winston's mom was one of that group of people who kind of got grandfathered in as a moderator. Yeah, it's true. I got a few yawns in me. Sir, read your comment before. He's not just for Indians, but for the whole world. Many people in my country consider him a god, but for me, he's the example of rational thinking, smartness, and understanding and compassion. Well, good job, Lord Ram. Good job being rational, logical, compassionate, etc. Good job, Lord Ram. Inventor of Ram trucks. Yeah, I don't expect I'm going to be up for a super long time. He does sound better as Kratos. Okay, cool. Definitely better than worshiping Thanos. Boy, that's some big yawns for little Eric, huh? I'm trying to get all slept up. Like 100% sleep. I got like to fully have my phone recharged, you know. But it's my body instead of my phone. However, sleeping is not as straightforward as it sounds. Well, I don't think he was right in his ideology either. Saying that because life entails suffering, that killing half of everybody is a good idea is probably not the case. Oh, Thanos. You so cray, trying to kill everybody all the time. Why do I support Ukraine? Because I support citizen democracies. I don't support authoritarianism. I certainly don't support aggression. Russian behavior in Ukraine comprises bold-faced aggression of exactly the sort that NATO was intended to prevent. Granted, Ukraine is not part of NATO, but they should have been. Additionally, I believe the U.S. should adhere to the promises made in the Minsk Protocols. All of which are very good reasons to support Ukraine. What chores are on my agenda today? I don't have any chores on the list today. And if I wanted to be super crazy, I could pack up all this crap over there, take it to the other house. I don't think you heard me very clearly, Gulf Coast Florida man. No democracy is perfect, but authoritarianism can be recognized as that which expresses aggression against other nation states, for example. We can define it simply enough as that. Most importantly, the United States made promises to Ukraine when they took Ukraine's nuclear weapons in a document known as the Minsk Protocols. So until you've researched the subject adequately, don't even have an opinion on it. I'm not offering your family up, okay? But if you are genuinely a member of a family who serves in the military, you understand what that entails. You are risking your life for justice and freedom, not just for preserving the well being of American citizens in the most direct imaginable fashion, only responding to the U.S. is attacked. If you want to involve yourself in military service, understand what that entails, sir. You do a great disservice to everybody who ever served in the military if you think that you can serve in the military and not be subject to going to war. Don't serve in the military then, sir. Tell your family members not to serve. Understand what it means to serve in the military. I don't think we should be giving Ukraine money. No, I don't think so. I think we should be supporting them militarily as we promised to do when we took their nuclear weapons a long time ago. As we expressly promised to do, should Russia specifically invade Ukraine, as they have. You don't need to make me understand. You don't even know what the Minsk Protocols is, you dumbass. Don't have opinions if you're such a fucking dumbass. Good riddance, motherfucker. I've doxed myself. What a fucking idiotic thing to say. You don't even know anything about anything. So shut the fuck up. What an idiot. I am so glad he's gone. People with their idiotic idiocies piss me off. People supporting Russia and shit. How fucking stupid. The U.S. didn't cause the war in Ukraine, obviously. Russia did. The U.S. has absolutely nothing to do with causing the war in Ukraine. You might be able to blame us for Middle East conflicts and stuff. That's fine. But to pretend as though the U.S. military industrial complex has something to do with the war in Ukraine is fucking insane and stupid beyond all comprehension. Can you imagine the gall of somebody saying, never use the military for enemies, foreign or domestic, because my family members serve in the military? Like, then don't do that, dumbass. Yes, this is a serious problem that we have in the U.S. The U.S. has used military force incorrectly on many different occasions. I have no idea what he means. I've doxed myself. He probably means I've read too much mainstream media. Of course, he didn't even know about Ukraine back when I was arguing we should let Ukraine be part of NATO. Back when Luhansk and Donetsk first erupted, he doesn't know shit about shit, right? I know everything about it. I debated the topic. I coached students debating that topic before anybody else was talking about it. I had the correct position on Ukraine when it still mattered, and we could have done something about it and prevented Russia from annexing Crimea. Oh, that's how you read it, Winston's mom? I didn't read that way. But maybe that's what he means. He can dox me all he wants. I don't give a fuck. What's he gonna say? My name and address? My phone number? What? I don't give a fuck. If you think that's what he means, then go ahead and report that comment, you know. Well, everybody thinks they can threaten me, scare me, or whatever. People try to do this shit all the time. Good luck, motherfuckers. Good luck. I'm not that easily intimidated. No, it's not cool at all. Monkey Edit says 2 seconds away from saying something racist. Who's 2 seconds away from saying something racist? Oh, yeah, I guess he probably did mean it as a threat. I mean, it's ridiculous. Am I illegal? No. Are you illegal? As far as I know, nobody's illegal. You know, there are no illegal people. It's not illegal to be alive. Be sensible when you ask questions. Me too. I was a live birth, monkey edits. One of my claims to fame. Gonna dox me. Wait, what does that even mean? I don't even know what it means. It's going to give a bunch of information to people about me. I spent my whole life telling everybody everything about me. Right now, I only have 9 people listening to me, unfortunately. If it were that easy to get people interested in me and my information, I'd have a lot more subs than this. Well, my number one chore today, Pretty Cat, is to poo. I'm hoping to poo today. I'm assuming that, also that that's why probably isn't going to bother with all the hassle of trying to get me. Because he doesn't agree with my position on Ukraine because he's a dumbass. I'm not famous for anything. How about you, Monkey Edits? What are you famous for? Catherine Elizabeth Bourne? Yeah, I might do some chores today. I might do a couple little things. We'll see what happens. Legal chores only, Monkey Edits. We're just doing legal chores. Well, that makes 2 of us, Monkey Edits. We're both famous for nothing. Yeah, me neither. Although, actually, a little teeny bit. One time, some lady recognized me and Rachel in the supermarket. It was pretty exciting. Is Sleepy Week over? A good question. More or less. I'm sitting here, I definitely have bouncy knee syndrome, which I get between Sleepy Week and Adderall Week. We might twin brothers. Oh, well, Monkey Edits. That's good to hear. So yeah, I've had people threaten me in all different kinds of ways. Ridiculous. So people who can't use language do. You know. You lost your butterfly now? How did you lose your butterfly? I guess I'll go pull more barn reps. You got chores too? Is your butterfly your motivation to do chores? I'm not feeling particularly motivated either. People think they know things and they don't even have any idea what they're talking about. It's so frustrating. Like this guy comes in, he thinks it's bad for us to support Ukraine. And his reasoning is because he has people that he knows who serve in the military. It's just like, oh my God. What kind of a piece of shit is this? No, I have not yet done so, pretty good. Well, the time to disagree with supporting Ukraine, Putty Cat, was back when the U.S. signed the Minsk protocols. You should have said back then, don't sign those. Don't make these promises to Ukraine in exchange for the nuclear weapons. Since you didn't say that then, we're kind of stuck keeping those promises now. Well, a really strong person, wins the argument. That's actual strength. Interestingly, nobody ever has an answer to my Minsk protocols point. And in fact, nobody who's got an opinion on the subject has even ever heard of them. You don't need motivation. You don't? Lucky you. Butterfly was leader. I'm actually thinking about I might still do it, I might go to LA right now. Head up to Lila for some ant bridge, Unfortunately, I probably need to call her first and say, hey, you gonna be home today? You have amperage? Yeah, well, I was thinking about doing it Monday, but the thing is, I'll get my prescription next Friday. It'd probably be better for me to go today, actually. That way I'll have it like today, tomorrow, Sunday. And then I'll have another miniature sleepy week before I get my prescription. Probably a good idea to do that. No. The whole plan was, in the first place, for me to leave about 5 a.m. and get down there about 10 a.m. Get back here like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. When all's said and done, hopefully. That's my big plan. Today's the day to do it if I'm going to do it. I must say that. But I need to talk to Delilah first. I should have talked to her yesterday. I thought about calling her too, and I didn't. Well, I'm not going anywhere till after I poo. It's just how it goes. If I do drive to LA today, then once I get to Fresno, from Fresno to the this side base of the grapevine, I'll be live streaming, but it won't really be reading the chat, Probably I'll be live streaming. She might be still awake, but she's, from my experience, pretty much always asleep at this time. So, there are a bunch of muddy cat paw prints on my toilet seat. Cool, thanks, Winston's mom. Well, LA is 5 hours away from me. It's not that far. I'll have to make a decision here pretty quick. Huh. I mean, I guess I could go tomorrow or Sunday. It'll probably be more trafficy. But Friday's probably not great either. I won't tell her, Miss Mom. I'm sure she would love that. If that exists. Capilla likes to play with the water in his toilet, I guess. Because the other night, I was in bed 2 nights ago, and I heard what I could have sworn was someone going pee in this toilet. I knew it wasn't Rachel. Trouble was on the floor in the room with me. And, because, if Rachel is upstairs, which she was, then it had to be Capillo. I don't think Capillo was going to the bathroom in the toilet, but she might have been going to the bathroom in the toilet. I don't know. But she could have just been playing with the water, but it really sounded like someone was going to the bathroom in the toilet. So, I wonder if Capillo has started going pee in this toilet. Yeah, I always leave it like this, but you can see there's muddy footprints on it right now. They're little muddy cat paw prints from the clay outside. Meow. Do you want me to watch you eat some more? Okay, we gotta watch the cat eat a little bit. There you go, world's most shittiest cat. There you go, Mr. Kitty. I'm watching you eat. Just like you want. Oh, yes. Daddy knows. And Daddy loves. Okay. We've got some coffee made here. But he was looking at reflection and having a conversation. Maybe didn't like what reflection said, so took a swipe at it. That's my story. So I guess I've decided I'm not going to LA today. What made me make that decision is accepting the reality that I could go on the weekend. Yeah, Jonathan Earl, we get a fair amount of cat butt around here. I suspect what I'll do is live stream for a little while longer here. Today on Crunchyroll, Friday. I never finished that, huh? Yeah, I never finished episode 1 of that. Well, last week at 2:30 a.m. came out My Hero Academia Memories episode 1. And then basically, I guess nothing else came out. Oh, the daily life. No. Nothing good came out on Friday last week. So probably nothing good's gonna come out today. I was looking at Saturday. Never mind. No, Friday's good. Friday's good. At 8:30, I've got this. That time I got reincarnated as Slime season 3. Is that it though? Basically, that's it. So it's not really a very good season this year. Why do I watch anime? I just like it a lot. No, you can't do that with amphetamines most of this moment. I pay for all my drugs out of pocket and pay very little for them accordingly. Uh, I don't know. It's something I just like. I can watch the same basic story over and over again. I like isekais as long as they're well done. Oh, I probably should go to LA today if I'm gonna go. Fist of the North Star. Boy, I'm really conflicted here. I'm really conflicted. Yeah. The thing is, I don't like the idea of just up and going to LA right now without really having made the decision ahead of time, right? I was planning on going on Monday. Monday's not a great day for me to go, actually, though. Saturday would be fine. I could go tomorrow. I could even go later today. I don't have to go early morning like I planned, about whether or not to go to LA. It's a hard round trip. It's 5 hours. So if I do it without spending the night down there as I'm planning, then it's 5 hours. Yeah. Well, I talked to Rachel about that. The thing is, I don't want to. I don't want to spend the night in LA. So accordingly, I don't really want Rachel to go because she doesn't handle that long of a ride that well, frankly. Yeah, well, I go to LA for one simple reason. Uh, Namely, to hit my daughter up for Adderall. So, if in fact I was going to spend the night down there, then Rachel would come with me, and we'd make a little trip out of it. No, not getting 8 ball. How many? So that's 3.5 grams. That's 3,500 milligrams. That'd be a lot of Adderall. I wish I could get an 8 ball of Adderall. I do have a doctor prescribe it to me, but I burn through my prescription, my month's prescription in 2 weeks. So then I go to LA periodically to get more of it. Yeah, according to somebody who disagreed with me about Ukraine earlier, uh, he's gonna dox me as punishment for my wrong position on Ukraine. Why do I OD on Adderall? I don't OD on Adderall. I believe actually Jonathan Earl, if I'm not mistaken, Adderall contains 3 different kinds of amphetamines, 2 of which are good, one of which is not so good. Yeah, Winston's mom, I don't say thank you enough either. You are a saint, a gentlewoman, and a scholar. You are also somebody who I've already decided is qualified to be in my cabinet, which, I can't really think of anybody else I'd say that about. Yeah, I think it does contain 3 different kinds. I'm 52, Lottie. I'm 52. How do people afford prescriptions? I quit doctor, so I don't have a prescription, but here it's way out there. Well, you know what's weird, Catherine Elizabeth Bourne, is that where we get our prescriptions filled at the supermarket, like the most expensive drug we have is $30, which it's like olanzapine, which costs like $300 a month. You're not even American, Ke. Get out of here, you foreigner. What's your stance on Ukraine? My stance is that we should have upheld the MIS protocols and used military force in Ukraine to defend Ukraine against Russian aggression. And we should still do that. Rather than just give them money, you know. Guy says, what's happening? Just scrolled into the live stream. Now, I don't want foreigners in my American government cabinet, obviously. You know, you can't have foreign nationals as citizens serving in the government. An ounce of prevention may prevent a world of pain is a good stance on Ukraine, you know. We should have drawn a firm line in the sand. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jonathan Earl. That's my other stance on Ukraine is keep our promises to them. When they gave us their nuclear weapons, we promised to protect them if Russia specifically invaded them. No, I'm saying it would be irresponsible of a president to try to have a foreign national serve on his cabinet. Yes, I am drinking coffee, Laurie. I'm drinking coffee with my drinking mouth, and it's delicious, I must say. It's fine, hot, and delicious, like the flavor of truth and justice. Well, it's not that I don't trust your judgment, KE, nor that I think you'd be biased. It's rather that as the American president, you should try to hire Americans to fill the role of cabinet positions, I think. What are you going to be the secretary of the Department of Video Games? I'm 52, Lottie. Yeah, acquired citizenship is as valid as the one you're born into, but you're not an American citizen. No, I don't have any insurance. We used to pay close to $300 a month for the olanzapine. There was one month, sometime back when I paid something like $700 for Vyvanse for a month. Anyway, I'm no longer. No, I'm not going to shortcut you to citizenship. Anyway, but it depends what pharmacy you go to. The pharmacy we go to now, their policy is if you don't have insurance, you just pay what the pharmacy pays plus a little bit of a extra amount. So now the olanzapine costs us $30, and yeah, it would be bad optics. Jonathan Earl has a good way to put it. Yeah, it would be bad optics. No, I'm not getting you a H1. What is that called? H-1-5 visa? Is that what you're saying? You deserve one of those visas? Am I okay? I'm okay, yes. Are you okay, Laurie? There's a book titled I'm Okay, You're Okay. If that book is titled correctly, then we're both okay. Am I 28 years old? No, I already told you I'm 52 years old. Tomatoes 28. Well, we don't have a Department of Video Games here in the United States, okay? The last thing I want to do is expand the scope of power for the executive branch to include video games. I mean, already I can tell you're arguing with me too much. I don't want you on my cabinet. I don't mind people arguing with me on my cabinet, providing alternate positions, but not making me quibble over insignificances. Yes, I have a wife. She's asleep upstairs like any sensible person is at 5 in the morning. There, that's better. Okay. Three things make people want to change. One is that they hurt sufficiently. Thomas A. Harris. I'm okay, you're okay. It's a good quote. Lyrica used to cost me $3.98 a month. You're on what stuff? Adderall? So no sleep today? I'm jealous. I don't want just people who agree with me, KE. Like I said, I want people who aren't going to quibble with me over insignificances like you're doing right now. Um, another thing that makes people want to change is a slow type of despair called ennui or boredom. This is what the person who goes through life saying, so what, until he finally asks the ultimate big so what, he's ready to change. The third thing that makes people want to change is the sudden discovery that they can. This has been an observable effect of transactional analysis. Oh, you are really, now I'm really jealous, Jonathan Earl. Now I'm really jealous. You make me feel like I'm jealous of speed. But I'm not that jealous of that. I'm not sure I want to be that gacked out. Oh, glory. Me and my wife are both retired. Yeah. Spin me right round, baby. Right round, right round. I so feel you, bro. I so feel you right here in my heart. Okay, this YouTube app needs to stop constantly crashing. It crashes like every hour almost. Well, I mean, it really makes a big difference, Catherine Elizabeth Bourne, what pharmacy you go to. Like, I used to not be able to get my Adderall. I still hear some people who can't get their Adderall. That last update was a doozy. Wow. I probably know what that means. Easton is an angel 3 times over. That's how angelic Easton is. Congratulations, Easton, for your angelic ways. So yeah, me and my wife are both retired, so to speak. Uh, but you know, we got stuff going on a little bit here and there. Whenever I hear you guys talk about healthcare, I keel over from frustration on your behalf. Yeah, I mean it's annoying that I mean the Affordable Care Act was just a disastrous piece of legislation. Just terrible. Trouble, you leave Capito alone. I had to go intervene on one calf's behalf. I'm I don't think I'm going to LA today. But I might go later. I don't know. Well, the problem, KE, is that America has legislated into into a massive role this middleman called insurance companies. Angels don't do Pop Tarts. It's a good name for a record. I mean, I really actually think KE, that's not great, but probably single payer is better than what we have here, which just guarantees ever spiraling healthcare costs. It's just generally a terrible idea to try to remove market forces from healthcare. And that's what both health insurance and single payer attempt to do. It's just a terrible idea. Angels don't have Poe parts. What are Poe parts? We don't have health care, we have sick care. As in, you don't go to the doctor unless you're sick. That's the ideal way to deal with it, right? Don't go to the doctor unless you're sick. Why would you? We need to eliminate health insurance unless we want to. Well, it sounds to me like you're going to the doctor too much, Katie, if you have an opinion about that. Yeah, you go to the doctor too much. Well, even if you do get sick a lot, the reality is you just need to let your body heal itself most of the time. I mean, the problem with the ACA is that it doesn't do what it set out to do, right? What it set out to do was eliminate free riders by legislating people to get catastrophic health care. Right? So what the idea was behind the ACA was that if we mandate an individual requirement to get health insurance, then we can eliminate free riders. But the kind of health insurance that accomplishes that goal is what you might call catastrophic care health insurance, namely that it's high deductible, low premium. You don't go to the doctor unless you have something seriously wrong with you. I don't think the healthcare in Europe is bad. I'm not talking about, you know, which system provides better experiences for the end user. Also, KE, I think that's it's a mistake to understand healthcare in that fashion. You're framing it incorrectly. With all the pills Big Pharma are pushing, everyone in the world should be cured by now. No, that's not how you should evaluate it. You need to evaluate it as another market sector, and instead of treating it as something different than a regular market sector. So there's where your problem is. Okay. Because you have to look at the long-term health of the country, right? You can't just look at immediate. Hey, well, give everyone a pony is wonderful, right? Because now everyone has a pony. No, well, okay. Unfortunately, we have to think a little bit harder than that about public policy. We can't just play give everyone a pony. Pretty soon we'll find we're out of ponies. Right? And then everyone's like, but we expect free ponies. And the country's like, but we're bankrupt. And Katie's like, but I love those ponies so much. I lived in countries that gave me free ponies and they were wonderful. Yeah, well, good for you, Katie. That's wonderful if you don't care about the well-being of a place at all. Overall, the overall well-being of things. You need to care about that too. Instead of just loving free ponies. We get it. Free ponies are great, but that's not how adults calculate public policy. You have to be a lot more sensible than that, Public policy is not a place for passionate people. It's a place for dispassionate people. It's not a place for, people who are fretting about the well-being of meow, 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 meow. It's about people who are dispassionate enough to care about the well-being of the country as a whole. Dispassionate enough to know what's correct, even regardless of what's popular. And the ability to explain it correctly, whether people are willing to hear it or not. Sometimes when I explain something correctly, it prompts some idiot to say they're going to dox me and run off, Presumably to do exactly that. Well, I don't know exactly what they could share with everybody that would be a problem for me. Unless they somehow got into my financials or my email log, my YouTube login and stuff. But I've got that stuff pretty well securitized. I think Obamacare should cover Rogaine. Yeah, that's basically what happened in Congress was Obama pitched this notion of individual mandate, which I think in its infancy was fundamentally flawed, but was considerably less flawed in its concept than what turned out to be after Congress. Everybody in Congress said, well, I think it should cover Rogaine, and I think it should cover acupuncture, and I think it should cover meow. It's unconstitutional as hell too. And John Roberts' little, sleight of hand, calling it a tax is just completely nonsense and bullshit. I'm not reinventing the wheel. I'm pointing out that evolving realities require us to consider the long-term consequences of the approaches we take, right? You don't want to incentivize people to use healthcare. It's incorrect to say that there's preventative medicine that helps people to, and it's just it's ridiculous. People do what they're going to do, and just stop it already. I mean, my experience is very telling, right? Rachel spent 10 years as the cash cow of Mercy Medical Center in New York, a place that failed to successfully treat her mental illness and had her receiving various kinds of care for 10 years straight, right? Then when I hired a private psychiatrist paid out of pocket, he cured her in 2 visits. Very telling, isn't it? It's very telling. Because, of course, if you're on the government's tab, if the government's paying all your shit, you're always happy to have more tests, provide more services, right? And the customer has no recourse. Not like, hey, I paid you, fix my problem. Okay, well, I agree that proof by example is not proof. I didn't say it was proof. I said it's very informative, right? And it is very informative because what it demonstrates, unlike the examples you'd be talking about, what it demonstrates is the negative effect of removing market forces from healthcare. And that's indisputably the case, right? There's no arguing against my point here. It's right. Whatever else you might think, you have to concede this point is correct. That incentivizing healthcare professionals to provide more healthcare is a disastrously bad notion. So, Katie, you're not prepared to have this discussion. You'd need to do a lot more research. You have to actually understand how policy works better, economics, etc. You're not prepared to have this conversation. You've not done enough research. You've not engaged with public policy enough. You don't know what you're talking about. What are you doing, Kitty? Okay, well, you shouldn't take me seriously or not based on whether I read your comments, but rather on the merits of what I'm saying, which is correct. So, regardless of whether you or I are disagreeing or anything, just hear my words, understand that I'm speaking the truth. Oh, it's based on a very accurate assessment of the effects of policies on the health of the economy. I've researched and I've made cases for both sides of this topic many times. It's a common debate topic. So you don't know what you're talking about. I do, and that's the truth. Right. Well, other countries should not be giving everyone a pony. It's not good for anything, right? For the reasons I've articulated, okay? If you give everyone as many ponies as they want, then Rachel spends 10 years not being cured because, after all, it benefits that particular healthcare provider. Whether they're totally publicly financed or not, it nevertheless is the case that more work means more money for people who are working, right? Oh, I mean, I do excellent research, Catherine Elizabeth Bourne. Don't worry. I spent decades as a professional debate coach, and you can be assured that other debaters do source indites. If your source is questionable, they'll run a source indite as a response to it. So you have to be very careful with the sources you use, obviously. Um, if you don't want to be subject to those kind of rebuttals. So I know what I'm doing, okay? And I've researched the subject plenty. And what's most important to note here is the factor that I said. Anytime there's free ponies, you have incentive for people to take advantage of free ponies. Yeah, Cuba has a great socialized healthcare system. I mean, granted, not all single payer healthcare systems are horrible like Cuba, but like let's look at a Medicare example, right? So the U.S. actually implemented the believe it or not, this is actually really crazy to say, but the United States actually implemented the policy debate plan that I ran in high school, which was hospice care. It said, it defined basically, it said we should have a separate thing where if the person's gonna die and meow, 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 then they should be placed in hospice care instead. This would save this much money, et cetera, et cetera. The U.S. actually ended up implementing that very plan, and now we have hospice care in the U.S. And my mom was put in hospice care, and it turns out that what hospice care ends up being are these private companies that purportedly provide hospice service to dying patients as these go-betweens to get government money. So they're incentivized to provide all the services they can, right? So of course, what do? They say, "Oh, your mom qualifies for a free bed," and I'm like, "Oh, and it's a special bed just for her kind of person." Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess let's get the free bed." I don't know. And then, you know, they didn't even check to see what kind of bed she already had, and the bed that she had was better than the free bed that the government was they got her. So when the bed arrived, the uh, main nurse at the nursing home called and said, "What the hell is this bed? It's worse than the bed your mom already has. Your dad already bought her the best bed that you could possibly buy." And I'm like, "Okay, well then tell them we don't want that bed and send it away." So it's like, why is that bed being gotten at all? Because the company that provides these services makes a little money every time they provide some service, and they get to charge the government, right? It's horrible. It's a horrible system. Now, I am not claiming to be an expert on every country's form of healthcare. And in my research, I acknowledge that I have encountered countries that more successfully do socialized medicine than others. There's no disputing that. Okay. However, to successfully do socialized medicine requires the right framing of it as well, and the right attitude of the population. It works in extremely small, homogenous populations like Norway and stuff. Places like that seem to be able to pull it off pretty successfully. Probably because the population has a general perspective that says using healthcare is bad, you know. It requires that perspective. It requires my perspective as a general perspective of the population in order for your policy to work, right? And that very few homogenous populations like that. So obviously it's not going to work in America. It would simply serve to incentivize bullshit, as I indicated, right? Yeah, with small populations, small homogenous populations of sort of robust Germanic thinkers, you know, it might work. People who don't actually want to use healthcare. Where did I put my health tubes? Yeah, I know. I don't want to argue about healthcare either. Katie, I don't want to argue about healthcare. And they probably don't eat like shit and a bunch of other things, right? Yeah. There are some populations where it can work better than others, but you know, that's a credit to the population, not to the policy. And that's what you got to remember. Fundamentally bad policies are fundamentally bad, even when they work. But it's important to be principled in your understanding of things. Have I yet to address your Loch Ness Monster question? I don't know what your Loch Ness Monster question was. I'm assuming it might be, do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster? The answer is, I don't think so. But I'd like there to be a Loch Ness Monster. I think that would be good. A good early morning argument about healthcare is a great way to start the day. It's 5:30 or so in the morning. What should we do? I know. Let's argue about healthcare. That's what I should have titled this video, is Let's Argue About Healthcare. Alright, I'm gonna go get my kofefe. Let's go get my kofefe. Good idea, Jonathan Earl. You know what? You and I, we seem like similar people. There's a big beetle on the ground. That's not that big of a beetle, but I'll show it to you anyway. Do you want to see the beetle? There it is. Do you see it? I hope you enjoyed that shot of the beetle. I like to provide some hot beetle action. Yeah, it almost does look like a stink bug. I think it's a little smaller than a stink bug, though. Isn't that funny that there are bugs that that exist that we just call them stink bugs because they stink. They're such stinky bugs, you know. I just found out if you ask price of meds without insurance, some is cheaper without the insurance, but the pharmacy can't tell you that. Yeah, right. I know they can't tell you that. We just found out after when we got to this pharmacy, like, oh, this is a good one. When was the last time you saw a potato bug? It's been quite a while. And I got to tell you that seeing a potato bug is not a happy occasion for me. I do not like potato bugs. I think they're some of the grossest of all bugs. And one of my most horrifying moments in life, Jonathan Earl, I will recount to you. I was sitting in the garage in my old house in Temple City, and my cat came over and started like playing with my foot. And I was like, oh, okay, kitty, what are you doing? Um, and so, uh, and so, anyway, then she kept playing with my foot, and I like was kind of pinching at my toe. And I'm like, oh, kitty, what are you doing? And I looked, and the cat was no longer playing with my foot. Cat was over there. I'm like, well, what's playing with my foot? And I looked down, and between my toe and my flip flop was a potato bug. And by trying to pinch my toe, the cat must have brought it over and put it on my foot. And I just squealed like a little girl. I was like, ah! And I ran away in terror. It was so gross. Nobody wants to get a potato bug between their toes and their flip flop. Trust me, you don't want that. No, I don't think that links to my potato touch story at all. But it's a good callback with as well. Do I believe in Sasquatch? I don't think so, but I kind of want to believe in Sasquatch. Hi, Algeria. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, Algeria. Quelle heure est-il? So I guess I guess I'm not going to LA today. At least not right away. I'm in California. You think Sasquatches might be real, but I don't think they're primitive. I think the ones we see are their version of the Amish. His name's Sasquatch. And if you know anything about Sasquatch, you know not to call him Bigfoot because he considers that hate speech. Me Sasquatch, Bigfoot hate speech. I mean, that's a tricky question, Richard Watkins G. I would definitely leave that partner if she's doing that, complaining about it, then you don't want to be with that person. Temple of Artemis, I just got up like an hour and a half ago or something. Yeah, that one's a real character. You're Karl Marx? No, I'm not Karl Marx at all. Do I agree with the Amish people and their minimalistic ideas? Obviously not, or I wouldn't be live streaming. And smoke a cigarette, Easter Island head, squiggles. I don't know that, Putty Cat. Maybe I shouldn't have assumed. Furry executioner, good morning. What do the furries do to deserve to be executed? Did they commit murder or something? Hi, Renee Karras. Well, Richard Watkins, I'm hiding you now. A lollipop soldier, welcome back. How's the buggy? The buggy's doing fine. I don't have, well, I do have a solution to problems with homelessness in America, but it's I don't want to get into it. Go to eat rice, Grandpa. Good for you, lollipop soldier. My pronouns are it and ourselves. That's it. Those two. What would I do if I were 20 again? Relive the last 32 years of my life, I guess. Hello, Australia. I'm sorry the sailors are dead. Hiding monkey. The same way. Simple Girl 357 says, Putty Cat, Amish people keep the women dumbed down. They're on the dole, and even though they don't like modern ways, they like government money. Yeah, everybody seems to like government money. Adam Tay says hi. Hello. I did teach good time to eat donuts with a fork. If I went back in time, what would I do differently? Well, it's really hard to say what I would do differently because I wouldn't want to give up what I have now. And I got what I have now by doing things the way I did before, you know? So even though I might regret specific things, I'm not sure I would change things because of the so-called butterfly effect, right? Jed Sailor is feeling good because he's drinking up, or he or she is drinking apple cider. Uh, like I'm happy. I'm happy with my life right now. I wouldn't want it to be different. I wouldn't, even though my first wife was terrible, I wouldn't undo marrying her because it produced my daughter. Even though my second marriage didn't work out, it was good for what it was supposed to be good for while it lasted. She was a good mother to my daughter, the second wife. Good Time says they need a bigger lawnmower or a smaller lawn. Best Australian brands of cider are Foster cider and Dickens cider. Well, I'll show you a kind of hard cider we bought for guests. We don't drink alcohol, but I've never heard of those brands. However, we do have a local brand of hard cider. Sierra cider. It's called Chunky Sweater Mulled Hard Cider. This is by the company that makes this. Is just not very far from us down the street. It's on Triangle Road. They have a big apple orchard. We went apple picking there this fall. It was nice. It was fun. They don't make much non-alcoholic drinks, but they did happen to have some hot non-alcoholic apple cider on the day that we went. So we drank a couple cups of that, and now I guess we need to watch Caddy. What he's really telling me is he wants more food on his plate, I think. He doesn't like when his plate has too few nuggets of food on it. All right, incoming. Oh, yes, you're a good boy. And you like to eat food. Yes, you like to eat food with your kitty mouth. Are you done? No? Well, you know what, mister? I am. I'm done watching you. So just deal with it. Yeah, this poor starving cat, exactly. Hi, Richard. Good morning to you as well. This cat, ridiculous. It eats so much food. Who? Your mate, Barry McCockiner? Says he tried Sierra cider and it's good. Yeah, this is actually not a dog, Little Goku, but I appreciate that you called him one. He acts like a dog. He's got swishy tail right now. I don't know how old this cat was because he was a stray. Are you done? What do you want to do? You want to go outside? Let's go. Okay, there he goes. Goodbye, kitty. Good morning, big dog mofo. How goes it? Oh yeah, I'm sure Winston's mom's ferrets were extremely spoiled. Ooh, Goku put the number of emojis down. But somehow that didn't make it onto my Well, you know what, Dead Sailors? I'm also very familiar with Mr. Hunt. He's been introduced to me on many different occasions. Mr. Hunt, Mr. Hawk, Mr. Uchi, all first named Mike, you know. Mr. Uchi, Mr. Hawk, and Mr. Hunt. I'm very familiar with all of them. I'm also familiar with Nick and his various last names, ranging from her to Gur. I am familiar with Connie as well. Yes. I didn't get Dickens cider though. I didn't. You're right. I do now though. Thank you for that. I'm fine with Dead Sailors. You know, another one that got me one time was this one. Somebody came in with the name Anita Dickin me. And I was like, hi, Anita Dickin me. Where does one find goats? At a goat farm. You got to go to a goat farm. Are you okay? Who's got "Are you okay" on their bingo card? Power of Positivity asks, do you smoke weed? You're miserable too? I'm not miserable. Thread. I look tired. I'm a little tired. It's no, well, you see, little Goku, we have a bingo card of, I call it the bingo card of repetition, okay? One of the things on our bingo card is, are you okay? I don't have misery. So you can have as much misery as you want, but it won't be empathetic to me. Well, thanks, Dead Sailors. I do appreciate those ones when they do catch me. They just generally don't catch me, but you got me today for sure with that one. The thing about that one also, you have to do a little pre-work on it, right? You can't just come in and launch that. You did a little work talking about the cider and stuff. You know, you're as far as that kind of thing goes, you're very much an artist about it. You know, not just you're not just rolling in with whatever. I appreciate that. Is this weed? Well, short answer, yes. Long answer, yes. Again, thread. Unfortunately for you, you are alone in your misery because I am not sharing in it whatsoever. I appreciate your positivity, power of positivity. I appreciate it so much that it's motivating me to take another bong rip. Yeah, right. Well, you can get that all you want, but it just means there's something wrong with your getting bone. You got to check your getting Geiger counter. It doesn't sound like you do get me, Thread. Sounds like you anti-get me. Cry it out. Okay, I'll cry it out. Look at my beautiful kitty being so beautiful. I don't think he's even projecting, Johnson Earl. I think he's just provoking. You are here with me, Fred, and at least one of us is slightly displeased with that fact. Squinty-eyed pizza poo. Squinty-eyed pizza poo. Or is that Biohazard? Have I ever stubbed my toe so hard I cried? The cat isn't into the vibe. I don't think you're looking at her closely enough. I'll zoom in. Oh, yeah. That's a kitty magnifico. Oh, yeah. I'm just grabbing onto this chair. I'm just sleeping. So my doctor wants to put me on Adderall. What are the side effects? You get to be on Adderall? Thread says, I understand you had a rough upbringing. I'm here for you, dog. It's okay to be gay. All right. Thanks there. Thanks for that, Thread. Adderall unknown. Mistaken. Adderall unknown. This cat is a she. This is Capio. In Hawaiian, the name Capio means sweetheart. And it's correct for her because she's a real sweetheart. My other cat is also correctly named Trouble. I heard that you're right, I did skip it, Putty Cat. Putty Cat wants to let me and everyone else know that he's taking his second dump in the morning. Side effects may include being awesome. If you're experiencing being awesome for 3 days or longer, consult your physician. If you're experiencing being awesome for 3 days or longer, it's time to go to bed. I think that's the best way to put that. Oh, yeah, Adderall will mess with your sleep. And you do need to get sleep, okay? The thing is, you just have to understand, oh, I've got more gat than you could even shake a stick at. And I want to show you this picture my wife drew yesterday. I think you're going to like it. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, take some smooth move or whatever it's called, tea. Oh, Kitty, I'm sorry I turned the light on. Kitty's like, oh, Adderall made me weep like a child. It makes me a little grumpy after I come off of it. You do need to sleep sometimes. Yeah. Sleep is death without the commitment. Well, sleep is a wonderful thing. Kiwis find sheep delightful in tall grass. So, well, good time. I mean, it depends what you want to accomplish with it. Like, If you want to get more shit done at work or something like that, then it's good to get on it. If you want to sleep more, it's not an ideal drug for you. Yeah, it's basically speed. It's, it is speed. And, some of us, we like speed. Some people who like it are named Eric. Some of those Erics are me. So, now Richard says it turned the volume down in my mind, so to speak. It was like turning down the volume on a radio, putting me right to sleep. Well, it depends how much of it you take. Simple Girl 357. Take enough speed, anybody will get jazzed up on it, okay? Yeah, you're all over the place. Well, and maybe it'll help you. I can be a bit of a 10-minute Tom when I'm not on it, if I'm trying to accomplish things. Like, or, anything. I just be like, spend 10 minutes on this, 10 minutes on that. But now that I have live streaming, even when I'm not on it, I just live stream. And it's fine. Let's look at the dashboard and see how the channel's doing. Wow. 14,535 subscribers plus 3,705 in the last 28 days. Wow. That's so much more subscribers. That's crazy. It's pushing up near 4,000 subs a month. You already feel jazzed up? Richard says, I speed naturally. It sucks. I'm telling you, dude. 500K. Thanks, good time. What a swell feller you are. You're a swell feller and not a fart smeller. KE says, I came to rant about Ariana Grande's lip stains being dry. Well, I'm going to talk to Rachel about that later, KE. I think she's going to be really interested in knowing about this. I wonder if she has an opinion about it. KE says, yes, me and Rachel have the best combos. I bet you do. I bet you two get along swimmingly. You're typologically well suited to get along swimmingly. And apparently you both like makeup. So you have a common topic in hand to talk about. Rachel, do you talk on the Discord server with her? Let me push this. I'm kind of curious about what this says. B minus. Wow. Look at that subscriber thing there. Look at this one bit here. Total subscribers weekly. See that? What the deuce? But it looks like it's going down right now. I don't know. Maybe that's just because it's like the end of the thing. That's interesting. Look at these, like numbers for subs, right? Oh, right now. This is right now, I guess. Right? This must be right now. Monthly gained video views. This is like January 24th. Monthly gained subscribers. Look at this. This is December. Crazy. Wow. That's so nuts. I don't know what to make of all that, you know? No, I've not, Putty Cat, done any kind of analysis on this. Richard says, I've said it when I started watching, you're going to hit 500K. Don't for Richard Skine win. You're huge. Who's Richard Skine? I mean, I plan to be exactly the same as I always am, no matter what happens. I am not subject to being messed up by fame, all right? Other people may be subject to that, but I am not. Well, I don't know what the correlate would be, right? On one side of the correlation, you've got an increase. The other side of the correlation would be what? I think maybe vertical live streaming. I don't know. Oh, that's you? Oh, don't forget Richard Skine when you're huge. That's what you said. It says don't for, and I'm not sure what to make of that. So, could be, could be. As I said, I don't particularly have an opinion on the matter, says KE. The other side would be the frequency with which you discuss yeah. Well, I think it's an important topic. Oh, I see. You're saying that's the correlate. Hmm. Yeah, I don't. I don't feel like doing that statistical analysis. Oh, that's fine. I pieced it together. I pieced it together. I won't forget Richard Skine. When you come back, I'll say, I remember you, Richard. You predicted this. This is not the first time I get the label, though, as a general pattern. The more people get to know me, the less thinky I seem. You seem plenty thinky to me, KE. And I gotta tell you, remember, if you only have two choices, it's yes, you did. I remember that too, Richard. I remember you said that a while back. Oh, this kitty, though, I want to pet her so much. Well, who doesn't struggle with 10 hours in the car? She gets fussy. It pushes on her ass too much. Oh, we'll have some kind of party, yeah. I think at 100,000 subs, um, I'm not gonna pet her because she's just too chill. I don't want to bother her. But she's so smushy looking. I want to pet her. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Yes, so smushy. Oh, what a beauty poo. What a beauty poo. Well, you know, Katie, if they're doing that, no, we're not getting strippers, pretty cat. That's ridiculous. The best you're going to get for I don't know about that, Putty Cat, about Iran and Israel. You mean you think YouTube's going to suppress me because of Putty Cat's check comment? I don't know what's going to happen. This is the kind of stripping that you'll be able to get at the 100K party. Spring break. Woo! Woo! No, Putty Cat, you cannot be my Secretary of State. All right. When we do have our party at Vegas, Jake Merritt, that's probably ill-advised of you, I think. I want to get a beverage that's not coffee now. I'm tired of getting just coffee to drink. Anyway, maybe if we schedule the party in Vegas during spring break, maybe Daytona Beach or something during spring break, then we'll just have naturally occurring spring break boobs all around us. Naturally occurring spring break boobs. That way, nobody's wives and girlfriends can get mad. And say, well, I mean, we're just walking down the street, they're flashing themselves. I just happen to look and film it, Well, I think at 100,000, you get a YouTube play button. They send you some physical object that you can put on your mantelpiece or whatever. Which would be amazing, obviously. It's ridiculous to care about things like that, but, I wasn't that impressed with the congratulatory email I got from YouTube when I surpassed 10,000. So Gregory in Disguise, what came up, how did I come up with that or whatever? I don't even remember the context, but sometime a long time ago, I think I just came up with it singing it. Part that goes, he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive of our design. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory. I just came up with that part, the singing part at some point. And then many years later, I figured out how to play it on the guitar. And I wrote the rest of the song around it. It didn't have any linkage to reality at all. Sayub says, I was in Afghanistan and the government shot me with a frequency gun and it turned me gay. Wow. I'd have to take a second mortgage out of my home just to cover the children to get to Vegas. I mean, it's fine. You don't need to get rid of that. It's not bad. It's ridiculous and strange, but not bad. Carter Roden, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Good morning. Welcome to Talking to Fence People. May all your Christmases be bright. Little Goku's back. Hi, little Goku. One of these days, we're going to get big Goku in here. No, we're not going to the Mustang Ranch when we're in Vegas, okay? Now you're making me not even want to go to Vegas. It's a sinful place. I'm doing quite well, Carter Roden. I might go to LA today. We'll see. The Blue Jays are chirping. There's still some cutlets on the wall from yesterday. I put them out too late in the afternoon, so they didn't get eaten. So the birds can come down and eat the cutlets now. They're left over from yesterday. Okay, just go eat it. You don't need to yell about it. uh, well, because I needed to paint it before this home tour because it looked terrible the way it was with those horrible shit on it. Just don't even talk to me about it, pretty cat. You're just making me shake my head. Thanks, good time. I appreciate your sacrifice. I look like Negan from The Walking Dead. Yeah, the trim on the windows is blue. Different colored blue, unfortunately. Or at least it looks different. It's hard to say because, well, I don't know why it looks so different. Where's my bat, Lucille? I don't have a bat. I do have an ongoing relationship with a large number of Stellar's Jays. And I'll show you them right now. They match the wall too. See, there's one Blue Jay. Good morning. Anthony is. Blue Jays are the thugs of the bird world. That's what I hear. I do notice that they kind of discourage the other birds from eating. I don't know if that jay is female or not. I don't like to do things in order to earn rewards like your subscription. That's been already too much time saying skibbity, yeah, bombaclats, Ohio, phantom tax, the Rizzler, Riz, all those words. I say them all the time. Yeah, let's take the bong rip. I agree. Well, thanks, Theo Campbell. Appreciate it. What you get here, talking with famous people, is a variety of things, but mostly just me responding to people's chats. Do I like to earn rewards at the grocery store? I like the way the grocery store around here has it set up. Thank you, Theo Campbell. Uh, the grocery store here, you get rewards points turn into discounts at the local gas station. I'm pretty sure I can't both say yabba dabba do while humming and hum the Star Spangled Banner concurrently. Unless I change the words of it to yabba dabba do. So yeah, let's pull a bong rip. And then after that, I'm not doing any backflips. I don't want to hurt myself, obviously. Occasionally, I will do a little dance. I do, especially during spring. have a tendency to periodically flash myself. But, you know, just my boobs, obviously. Do I like Chick-fil-A? Yes, I like Chick-fil-A. I'm tired too. I'm tired, but I'm not sleeping like this wonderful kitty. I like Forrest Gump, the movie. That was fine. Oh, wonderful, wonderful kitty. Having wonderful times. She's having wonderful times. I've never been to Jamaica. Got some purple weed the other day, super smooth. I like this weed I'm smoking. It's my preferred strain of the ones we have left. I mean, I think why would Chick-fil-A even have a view about homosexuality? It's ridiculous. No, I don't like China. I mean, I didn't dislike China that much when I was there, although I was super ready to go back to the U.S. by the time I left. I've never been to Nepal. Well, this cat's a lady cat, though. So she can't be the old man. She probably is more pleasant to look at than the old man. Yes, I do like soy sauce. Word up, Winston's mom. You didn't like Asia at all. I liked Taiwan. Taiwan was cool. No, I don't like the Big Bang series. Yeah, I mean, I ate a lot of I cooked my own food in China at an apartment. Why isn't there an option on the live streams for translation? I was watching it Russian but understood nothing because it's probably too difficult for them to real time translate captions. Being old must be so weird. Like you've been alive for like 50 years. That's an eternity. I've been alive for almost 53 years now. There. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Sleeping kitty. People probably think it's a still image, huh? Do I have a diet high in sodium? Maybe. Do I like ladyboys? I don't have any opinion on ladyboys. One eye open. 50 is nothing. Goes by in the blink of an eye. Eternities are 50 years. Do I have a diet high in DMT? Not nearly high enough. I'll tell you that, Doherty Vlasic. It was weird back in 1995 when people had no phone, no computer. We had computers in 95. I don't think I'm deficient in magnesium, but I've never taken a measurement of my magnesium levels. Now what I am going to do, though, is show you the other cat. And where he's staring. Why would you sleep like that with your face right up against the wall? I remember pagers. You were born in 1992, People's State of California. Yes, this is my cat who has AIDS, who also likes to sleep for some reason, like with his face up against the wall like this. I find it very strange. But, he seems pleased with his positioning, so who am I to judge? Yes, my cat has AIDS, actually. That one does. This one, as far as I know, does not have AIDS, but you lose a cat to AIDS, Jonathan Earl? I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, adorable pants, though. This cat, though, is just so, like, aesthetically pleasing, you know? That's a very beautiful kitty. Oh, yes. Oh. Well, felines get FIV, Sashu. Felines get FIV. They don't get HIV. But it's the same thing. It's cat AIDS. Yeah, this is a peaceful kitty. You didn't get a notice. You got a tabby who was a show cat? Well, Capilla's never been in an actual kitty pageant, but Rachel and I like to call her the kitty pageant winner because she's so beautiful. Oh, goodness gracious. What kind of a positioning is that? It's like her face. I'll have to turn this around. Yeah, we have two cats. This cat's being very silly right now. It looks like she has no face. But she does have a face, I assure you. Sure, Sashu, you're fine. I have no problem with you. That's the cat equivalent of putting blankets over your head. Yeah, I would never sleep with blankets over my head. That's what she's basically doing. Well, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a couple of gabapentins and plan to go back to bread here this morning. Yeah, get a few more Z's, as it's called. And then, I may end up, probably won't go to Los Angeles today. Might go tomorrow. Let me look at myself. See, I'm not all slept up. If I were all slept up, this thing would be more flat. Okay? I want to be all slept up when I go back on. Gabapentin, the San Francisco treat. These gabapentins are prescribed for neuropathy, but I just take them to help me go to sleep. Some weed stuck to my jacket. Guess I'll just take it back over with me to the other place where I am. I'll anticipate getting a good morning's nap here. I'm so pleased with the cleaning of the kitchen that Rachel and I did. It looks so nice. Are gabapentins bad for your kidneys? Oh, I've not ever heard that. Let me Google it and see. Good job, people of the state of California. I don't know what they're. Says gabapentin doesn't usually cause kidney problems. What it says here is gabapentin usually isn't bad for your liver or kidneys. In most cases, it has little effect on these organs. So, I'm 52, coming up on 53. Un me. Gabapentin's good for anxiety too. You know, another thing I do sometimes is, actually I do this relatively often, but take a couple of Benadryls and a couple of Tylenols. Tylenols are actually a mood stabilizer. Well, what I think the medication lets me do, people in the state of California, is have more control over my sleep. So I feel kind of tired, but feeling tired doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be able to go to sleep. Uh, so, yeah, regular Tylenol, just regular old Tylenol, is actually a mood stabilizer. It's a mild one, but and I've always found it to be that way too. And my Grandpa Jerbibi, I don't know who Grandpa Jerbibi is. W1010. And the German monster says Grandpa. For the record, I am not a grandfather. I do have a daughter, but she does not have a child yet. She's 25. And so I have no grandchild. Jerbibi is something I've not encountered before. Is that some sort of variant of Skibbity? Well, I don't know what that is. Well, yeah, it's a. How old is who? Who is she? I don't know. Yeah, T Money says, I'm on my way to a methadone clinic here in Wisconsin. I understand the need for medication. Who are you talking about, German monster? Don't spam. Saltio. My daughter, she's 25. Yeah, she's 25. And she has no, um, and she has no children. Ollie, why do people do this? I don't want to shout you out in order to earn something, okay? If you just write anything, I'll read what you say and say your name. Weiler Miguel says, Pra allegrar o bro. Well, I'm not sure what pra allegrar means. or O, but bro, I do understand. And I say, welcome to you, bro. Bienvenidos. The German monster loves grapes. I'm glad you love grapes. I'm sure the grape growing industry is also glad you love grapes. Would you say, German monster, that you're a grapist? People of the state of California LLC is turning 32 in May. Thanks, Miguel. Weiler Miguel says, like for you. You sound like Price from MW3. I don't know who that is. I don't know what MW3 is, and I don't know who Price from MW3 is. Jay Stein? No, I'm not Jay Stein. Tori and Jeff says, good morning. Good morning, Tori and Jeff. And I appreciate your sunshine emoji. Modern Warfare 3. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. I just stumbled on this channel. Who's famous? You are now, T-Money, because I'm talking with you. Here on Talking with Famous People. Everybody I talk to gets to enjoy the status of famous person. I didn't say it made him a wino. I asked if it made him a grapist. He likes grapes. I don't know. You look pretty sus. I looked pretty sus? I don't feel very sus. I've been doing well, Tori and Jeff. I've been going back and forth a bit on whether or not to go to LA today. Helicopter Mom says, people of the state of California LLC. You're accusing me of being a helicopter mom? Where am I from? I'm from California, Mariposa County, California. And Allison Cardell is laughing while crying 3 times. Well, thanks to German Monster. I would not say I was a helicopter parent at all. But I think I was a good parent, you know. Do you like to play video games? Oh, you're laughing at the grapist comment. Okay, cool. Tori and Jeff's never been to California, but is from Nashville, Tennessee. Pennacoda. Hi, everyone's. Yes, my cat is cute. She's adorable. She's sleeping in a very silly fashion right now. You cloggy cloggertons. I'm sorry to hear that you're sad. XD lol BG2 squiggles. I'm going to ignore you like that. I'm not ignoring you like that. It's me again. I've turned back from a cat into regular Eric. No, I'm not that into vaping. The kitty's rearranged herself. Now she's put her arm over her eyes. I like to do this too. She probably doesn't like the light on. But I do the same thing when I sleep. Right. So she's got her paw over her face. She's a good kitty. Your uncle died. I'm sorry to hear that. All right. Let's go have a little walk around party. You want a walk around party? In a walk around party, we go outside and we walk around the house. We're going to make one trip around the house. We'll bring this drink. What's my favorite color? I don't really have a favorite color. But if I have to answer the question, I guess I'd say brown, maybe. I don't know. I like brown. It's a fine color. Why? Why would you sleep with your face right just staring at the wall like that? Nobody knows the answer to that question. Okay. Now, let's go outside. And we're going to take the long, slow walk called the walk around the house. A party at P. Diddy's house or having to watch your parents conceive you on film once a year? Does my cat ever meow at something that's not there? Shada, I think that's an excellent question. My favorite undergarment. I'm going to answer it right now. With a definitive answer of bun huggers. I prefer bun huggers over boxers. You might call them briefs, but where I grew up, we called them bun huggers, you know. All right, so now I'm going to show you the same thing that I'm looking at as we're walking around. So instead of looking at me, it's like you're walking right beside me. Oh, hey, friend. I see you're walking right beside me today. We'll pause here for a moment. Oh, I guess you were riding piggyback. A nice morning at the gully. All right, next, let's go over here. On the other side of this tree. Now, but let's look at some mushrooms. These are kind of fun. These mushrooms on the side of the stump here. Those are interesting mushrooms. Can I hit the gritty? My cat was meowing something that was not there. I think she was seeing a ghost. I said that the other night about Trouble. He was being really weird, but he wasn't meowing anything, but he was staring intently at nothing. Well, my little seeds are doing okay. There, now you got taller. You're still not as tall as me, but you're taller than Rachel now. It's a beautiful morning. It's like a perfect morning. Hey, Pops, did you take your meds this morning? You know, that is on my bingo card of unoriginal things that people say. a actual bingo card that I made that has things I've heard a million times before. So I suggest to maybe try to get a little bit more creative or original. I said I was trying to find a reason not to, but I couldn't. Oh, thank you. That's the best kind of. That's the highest praise a person can give. Really, is for subbing. Is I was trying not to. I was trying to find a reason not to, but I just couldn't find any good reason not to. Well, that's great. That's high praise. I don't consume this medium of YouTube at all myself. I just make this medium. When I watch YouTube videos, I would usually watch long form videos like you know in the 10-minute range or so, 10 to 15 minutes. I like this one channel. I guess he was trending recently. Even his name's Desert Drifter. He just goes out into the national park, like the desert national parks, and like films these old Indian cave dwellings and stuff. It's calming to watch. He's very like he didn't talk a lot. He just films things, and when he does talk, he says bland, pleasant things. I don't know. He's just a pleasant guy. I don't even know what his name is. But that's probably the last channel I subscribed to. Am I sad? No, I'm not sad. Things on my mind, not particularly. The thing I have on my mind is he thought it was Tommy Lee Jones the first time he saw me. I'm not. So now let's look down the hill. That's down the hill. All right, let's complete our walk around tour. Well, I don't see anything out of the ordinary. My patrol of the house perimeter can be deemed successful once we get back to the other part of the house. I still have to patrol this. Oh no! There's this chair here. I have to put that back inside. I have a chore now. I have a chore I have to do. Tiffany's doing great. I'm doing fine. I'm probably going to wrap this up pretty soon and go back to sleep. I took a gabapentin to that end. It takes a little while for them to kick in. No, it's not always green here. We've had a lot of precipitation late this winter, and in fact, we're going to get more rain this weekend. So, only you can answer that question, Sal G760G. Only you can answer that question. I don't know how your cock is. BPD people is not a personality type, okay? It doesn't really link to personality type at all. It links to childhood abuse. And if you're in a relationship of some sort with a BPD person, depends how close your relationship is, They tend to only be toxic to people who are intimates. Yeah, that's my cat. It's one of my two cats. She's being super adorable right now. Get used to the precipitation. We're falling into a new ice age. Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, I sleep plenty. I slept all night last night, and in fact, I woke up at like 5 a.m. this morning. Um, all right, well, good luck in your fight, people of the state of California. You tell that library, no way, Mr. Library. Yeah, this one's really cute. Oh, well, the fact that you even identify as such is puts you far ahead of most people with BPD who refuse to accept the diagnosis. So just remember, criticism kills love. I think that's a very true statement. I criticize people sometimes, you know, but I don't criticize people I love. Thanks, Lindsay. Now, let's spend a little bit more time looking at this adorable cat being adorable because she's being so adorable right now. Oh, yes, you are, and I want to pet you. I want to pet you so much. But you don't want me to pet you. This cat's name is Capio. It's a she kitty. She's looking super pettibly fresh right now, you know? Like, it's hard to resist the urge to pet that wonderful softness. She's got those nice stripes on her. She's a really attractive cat. She's got this beautiful, like, coffee colored, like, coffee with creamer in it colored stomach. And then this darker top part, you know. And she's a very good kitty. Winston's mom, I don't know if there's really any correlation between intelligence and BPD. I think it correlates exclusively with childhood abuse. Salt stock market world. Thanks, Lindsay. He says, I like you. Don't worry, I won't make you my favorite person. Yeah. I am fully accounted for in those terms. You know, happily married to my wonderful wife Rachel, and I have a beautiful 25-year-old daughter. That's the full extent of my family, really. I got an aunt, but that's it. So I've got a small family, but we're fairly tight knit. Criticism to critique you just in case you were messing up and doing things that you shouldn't be doing. I'm not the guy that sugarcoats things myself, and that's just not within my personality. I don't know what that's referring to. Brad Stover says that reminds me of my dad had a wooden sign over his bedroom that said had a cat on it and said "Big cat scratch, but a little pussy never hurt anyone." Charlie Art Stuff 278. Why do you make me say yeah? Look here. There. That's better than me saying anything, isn't it? All right, you have a nice day too, people of the state of California. Hopefully you can see that. That's Rachel's picture. She drew that picture. I think it's fantastic. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to go to the bathroom. I need to pee. After I'm done peeing, Brad Stover. Very well. For Brad Stover, I'll once again teach everyone how to do the thug shake. People really want to know this. You've got to do the thug shake. You got to do the thug shake. You got to do the thug shake. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, just like that. Now he's turned himself. That's a more sensible direction to be facing. Oh, you can pick my brain all you want. You can ask whatever questions you want. I tend to answer most questions. Right now, what you may be questioning is, Eric, what are you doing? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going pee. And that's why you're going to have to look in this direction. Okay? By looking in this direction, I prevent you from seeing my wiener. Kaiser Wiener Penis is my wiener's new name. As you see, the number of viewers drops quite a bit when I go into the bathroom. People don't necessarily love going into the bathroom with me. What a weirdo. FBI guy, I'm not a weirdo, okay? You might be a weirdo, but I'm not. I'm a regular-o, all right? I'm just a regular guy who happens to be going to the bathroom. Why? Why am I going to the bathroom? Because I have to pee. It's that simple. Why am I sitting down to pee? Well, one, I'm lazy. Two, this way I don't have to aim. Three, a lot of different reasons. Wow, Lindsay, I definitely have pooped in live stream plenty in my day. Until recently. Let's see what FBI guy said. Oh. Okay, well. I don't know if I saw exactly everything because I've noticed that I seem to see more of the chats on the computer. But the thing is, regardless, until fairly recently, my husband says to pee because I'm about to place a cross-level window by the toilet. You could get a little curtain for it. Okay. Having shaken all the remaining drops of pee off, yeah, I seem to get good real-timiness on the laptop, but the phone's a little slower to update. I'm not sure why. Okay, there. I'm done going to the bathroom. I can't believe how many dirty paw prints there are on the toilet seat. Well, I noticed that, at the moment anyway, today that must be on like, yeah, make the curtain a picture of a dick. That'd be funny. Yeah, I didn't see that one. Oh, we should just hide him for that. That's immediate hideable. So, okay. Starting to feel pretty tired. Can anyone watch TV when the audio doesn't match the visual? Oh, hell no. No way in hell. I'm happy to hear you arrived safely as well, Boba Fett. Rather than crashing into the Indian Ocean in your airplane. That would have been. Wonder if we would have ever figured it out. That you were on that plane. Okay. I think I'm gonna wrap this up and go to bed. Get some more sleep. I'm feeling like a sleepy Bo Peepee. So I will no doubt live stream again later. And until then, have a pleasant time.